Hi folks, this is Jason. Hope you're okay today. It's good to see you, and hope everybody's okay. I just want to share with you on two subjects. One is presuppositional apologetics, and the other one is concerning evidence for the Bible. And I'll just give you a bit of background about presuppositional apologetics, and then I'll just then home in on atheism and atheists. But presuppositional apologetics has been around for some time. John Calvin, the reformer, was partly someone who helped to develop presuppositional apologetics. Then you have Dutch Reform theology in Abraham Kuyper. You have Dutch philosophy, and you have these sort of a number of these kind of sources of theologians that run for over a few hundred years concerning the development of presuppositional apologetics. Presuppositional apologetics is about the foundations, philosophical foundations. It's a really important subject. There's been work by Michael Polanyi, even Karl Popper, and a number of philosophers have written extensively on kind of the importance of foundations in philosophy and our relation, the relation of how we know what we know, etc. And presuppositional apologetics really comes in that long flow from Calvin right through Dutch Reform theology, right through to Cornelius van Til, and then even though they're not presuppositional apologists, Karl Popper wasn't, of course, but issues that presuppositional apologetics tackles, others in the philosophical field have tackled them as well, such as Michael Polanyi and Karl Popper, just two examples. So you've got this rich kind of history, really. And it's interesting that when you listen to Thunderfoot on the Magic Sandwich Show talking about presuppositional apologetics, where it came from, he says it came from some kind of creationist website, shows a lack of sophistication, a lack of scholarship, which is not just bad, it's absolutely atrocious. And also, when you listen to Aaron now, when he talks about he has no time for philosophy, again shows a lack of sophistication, a lack of real scholarship, atrocious ignorance. Certainly has no real ability at the present time, unless he's starting to do some reading at the present time, to deal with any of the issues really that presuppositional apologetics would have to challenge. And also, even when you look at the best literature, not the best literature, but the best videos on YouTube, which I've noticed, I mean, there have been some pretty good videos made, but it's interesting when you look at those videos, not one of the videos that you see on YouTube by the atheist even begins to understand the history of presuppositional apologetics, nor does it ever engage with Cornelius van Til, who has been the main proponent in the 20th century, who provided the scholarship on presuppositional apologetics. So basically, the atheists really have shown themselves to be very, very, very shallow in their scholarship when it comes to dealing with presuppositional apologetics. And I've just mentioned Aaron Rat and Thunderfoot. I'll give you some sources, some great sources, two videos by the Cartesian theist. He's done two videos on Thunderfoot and Aaron Ra. I'll put links to his videos, and that will give a bit more flesh to what I've said. Okay. So that's presuppositional apologetics. The second thing I want to talk about is proof for the Bible, historical proof. Dr. Collins, and I'll put a link to his video, who's an expert in archaeology, took the Bible and read about Sodom and Gomorrah and took it seriously that it was probably historically true, and he worked out with an archaeologist team where Sodom and Gomorrah might be in Jordan. And he took a team there, he did some research. The text in the Bible talks about these cities at Sodom and Gomorrah. It talks about this catastrophe, and lo and behold, when they worked out where Sodom and Gomorrah might be, they actually found cities. They found them decimated by some kind of volcanic scenario that they don't fully understand. They found mass graves of people who died in the catastrophe. So in the spot where the Bible says, they found these lost cities and the catastrophe. That shows you just one example of how the Bible, when it mentions about history, is correct and can be counted on as historically correct. Okay, I'll just throw in that for the mix. Alright, thank you for listening. Please let me know what you think. You can Skype me at jason.burns107 anytime to talk about these things. Jason.burns107, no capital letters. Alright? If you're intellectually honest and you ever want to talk and chat, just let me know. Alright? Take care. God bless. Thank you for listening.